Hi everyone, welcome to this trip on the scenic east coast of Fuerteventura. I'm currently driving northbound, heading from Puerto del Rosario all the way up the coastline to Corralejo. The road I'm on is called FW 104 and it's one of my most favorite roads on Fuerteventura Island. So you can probably already tell why. Yes, we will be driving almost all the time next to the ocean, and it's even getting better, so stay with me. We will be driving through the dunes of Corralejo. We will also be seeing lots of nice beaches with crystal clear waters. We will talk about where all that sand comes from, and as a bonus tip, I'll give you my top 2 recommendations of the most beautiful beaches around here. So make sure you watch this video all the way to the end. In case you were wondering where I am exactly, I did start filming at about the height of La Montaña Roja, but I will put the locations of all the sites I'm talking about in the video description, so you will be able to find them on your own. In the meantime, we did already arrive at the dunes of Corralejo. The sand is piling up on the side of the road and the landscape changes completely. The nice thing about this road is that even it's so scenic, you would expect a lot of people driving here, but there's usually not much traffic. As you can see, every once in a while people are stopping their cars on the side of the road just to take some pictures or to enjoy the view, because the landscape is so beautiful. Alright, let's overtake this guy as well. I think he's looking for a parking spot. Shouldn't be too hard to find one here. But here's the thing with parking your car around here. The problem won't be finding a parking spot, as there's plenty of space. The problem will be finding a parking spot where the sand is not too deep. Otherwise, you risk getting stuck in the sand with your car. It happens occasionally that cars are getting stuck in the sand, but usually it's not a big problem, as you will find other people helping you quite quickly. If you're not sure about the depth of the sand at a certain spot, my rule of thumb is if you can see small stones in the sand shouldn't be too deep and you can park at this spot safely. Alright, as you can see, the number of cars parked is increasing, so we're getting closer to the first wonderful beach around here. It is called Playa del Moro. The water is usually calm and crystal clear, as it is today. On the right side of the beach there might be some local surf schools with beginner students, but normally the location is not too crowded and you have plenty of space for sunbathing or swimming. You have some very flat rocks in the water. They're not sharp or disturbing when walking into the water. I just want to mention it so that you're not surprised when coming here. As we drove by quite fast, here's what the beach looks like one more time, driving into the opposite direction. By the way, Playa del Moro would already be my number 2 beach recommendation. Keep watching. In a minute we will arrive at my number 1 beach recommendation at the east coast of Fuerteventura. The speed limit on this road is 70 kilometers per hour, so you are not going too fast and you will still be able to enjoy the sights a bit while driving. The next beach we are about to see is called Playa el Buro, or Glass Beach. The special thing about El Buro is that the bay on the left hand side of the beach is sheltered by a long volcano reef. So the water here is even calmer compared to the first beach we just saw, which was more exposed to the open sea. Speaking of being exposed to the sea, all the beaches I'm mentioning in this video usually have lifeguards on site. When they are present, they put up a colored flag above their yellow houses. The flag indicates the current condition of the ocean. If the flag is green, you have nothing to worry about when being in the ocean. If it's yellow, please pay attention to waves or small currents in the water. If the flag is red, you probably shouldn't go for a swim on that day. As we drove by the beach quite fast, here's what El Buro looks like one more time. Another nice thing you can do in the dunes is watching the sunrise. You can do this basically from everywhere around here. There's no good or bad spot in my opinion. It's up to you if you want to watch the sunrise at the beach down by the water, or if you like to watch the sunrise at the top of a dune. If you want to go as high as possible, the highest point of the dunes is at about where we are right now on the right side. I'll put the exact location into the video description so you are able to find it on your own. Here's an interesting fun fact about the dunes. The sand is not from Fuerteventura. It cannot be, just think about it. As all the Canary Islands, Fuerteventura is a volcano island made out of black lava rock. If you crush black rocks into sand, you get black sand. Makes sense, right? So where's all that white sand coming from? Short answer, Africa. But it's not imported the way you might think it is. It has been transported by strong east winds from the Sahara Desert onto Fuerteventura. This phenomenon is possible as Africa is only about 100 kilometers away from Fuerteventura. Of course, this did not happen overnight. It took several thousand years for those amounts of sand to be transported by the wind. You don't believe me? Here's a video of the exact same road we are on right now, with the only difference that you have strong east winds, including sand from Africa. Amazing, right? Those sandstorms are called Calima. They still happen several times a year, especially during the summer month. Alright, we are approaching the two tallest hotel buildings in northern Fuerteventura. The hotels are not particularly beautiful, but in between both hotels you have a wonderful beach. It is called Caleta del Bajo and is part of the southern Grandes Playas beach strip of Corralejo. Unfortunately, Caleta del Bajo is behind the hotels and we cannot see it from the road, but here's what it looks like. It's an amazing beach with a flat entry and usually very calm, crystal clear waters. You have no stones or reef in the water, and as everywhere in Grandes Playas you have a lot of space. The beach even features a wooden platform with a roof, which is perfect if you prefer staying in the shade. The platform is even accessible via wheelchair or pushchair. A couple of weeks ago they even opened a beach bar with snacks and drinks. You can also rent deck chairs and sunshades. With all those features, Caleta del Bajo is my #1 beach recommendation on the northern east coast of Fuerteventura. I just love to spend my free time here. Alright, the next beach, which is also the largest and most famous one in the Corralejo area, is the northern part of the Grandes Playas beach strip. It's really busy today and unfortunately we cannot see all the way to the water from the street, so here's what the beach looks like. Grandes Playas is a long and wide, beautiful beach for relaxing and water sports. If you have wind, it is also the most famous kitesurfing spot in northern Fuerteventura. If you want to swim here, I recommend you go to the very southern part of the beach, close to the hotels. Here you have less rocks in the water, which makes it easier and safer to enter or exit. In general, Grandes Playas North is the most natural beach around here in my opinion. But to be honest, for swimming, personally I don't like it that much since it's also the roughest beach of all the 4 beaches I was talking about. As I said, this is just my opinion and only applies if you want to go swimming. Nevertheless, Corralejo Grandes Playas can still be a great choice if you want to enjoy that extra bit of space or privacy at the beach. Another advantage is that it's the closest beach to Corralejo out of those 4 beaches we saw today. So depending on where you live in Corralejo, you might be even able to walk to the beach as well. Since we talked about it earlier, Grandes Playas is also a great choice for watching the sunrise. While the lady in the red car in front of us is apparently looking for the perfect parking spot, I'll show you a picture of what the sunrise can look like at Grandes Playas. Watch this. Another thing we talked about today a couple of times is surfing. In general, waves are quite small on the east coast of Fuerteventura compared to the west coast or the north shore of the island. This is mainly due to the swell direction, which is mostly coming out of somewhere between north and west. Additionally, you get Lanzarote Island next to Fuerteventura, sheltering the east coast additionally. This means that except for some days during the summer when the swell direction changes, you have only small or even no waves on the east coast of Fuerteventura, which makes it great for swimming and beginner surfers. If you are interested in surfing, make sure to check out my surf spot reviews. In those videos we review Fuerteventura's most famous surf spots. I'll show you where they are, how to get there, when to surf and what to watch out for. So make sure to check out those videos. You can find the link in the video description below. Alright, in the meantime we did arrive in the outskirts of Corralejo city. Thank you for riding with me today. If you want to know more about Corralejo and what it looks like, click on this video. I've done a drive through the city while explaining the sights and giving you some tips about the city. You can also go to my YouTube channel, there's a lot more videos like this about the beautiful island of Fuerteventura.